If you felt you were healing and then suddenly slid backwards, I need you to hear this. You are not failing. You've hit stage 3. And stage 3 is the exact place where most women give up, right before the part where everything gets better. Healing is never a straight line. It can be messy, it can be beautiful, and it can go off in all kinds of different directions. There are 5 stages of healing. And the first is shock. Shock is obvious when we come out of the marriage, even though we may have planned for a long time on exactly how we were going to feel and exactly how it was going to happen and how we would feel. A lot of times we end up in shock because it is a big deal. We are losing a partner, we are losing a marriage, we're losing a life that we had with someone else. And the next stage is grief. And grief obviously can be really sad and lonely and even terrifying, can be filled with fear. And we have to go through this and we have to let it out so that we can move on. And the third stage is the messy middle. And this is when we often see these backslides where we doubt what we did. We doubt whether we should have gotten a divorce. We doubt ourselves and we wonder if we can even get there, if we can handle this, if we can become someone new. And we start thinking about what if it doesn't work? What if I can't ever find a new partner? What if I'm alone? And we start just questioning. And that is the hardest phase. And often a lot of women give up when they're in that phase. But if you stick with it, you're going to move on and you're going to get to the next phase, which is the rebuilding phase, which is the fun phase, which is, and I say fun because you realize at that point that you get to create this new life because you've learned to love yourself or you're learning to love yourself, but you're in a much better place and you can start planning that new life. And there's so many great tools to use when you're in that. And at that point, you really start to know what you want and what you need. And it's just so beautiful. And the fifth stage is the becoming stage. And this is when we really start to move towards that new life. We really start to become and transition into this highest version of ourselves. And it is so beautiful. And oftentimes, many women, myself included, experience an incredible transformation during this time. And I called it a spiritual awakening, where they start to just feel so grounded in who they are and so happy. They start to experience joy again. And nothing seems to phase them. Their body feels good. Their mind is clear. Their spirit feels amazing. And they're just making new friends. They're doing new things. They've maybe moved into their own place or whatever they envision for themselves. This is the time in the becoming where things start actually happening. And it's so worth it to stick around through all of those messy times because even in the messy times, there will be some really beautiful transformational moments. So stick through all this and know that these stages are like a map and they keep you or they let you know where you are in the healing journey. And if you push on even past those hard stages, you will come to a place where you have become your highest self and you will feel so good. One thing to remember when you are in all of these stages, especially as you get past that third stage, that you will start to really feel this deep hope blossoming from within your heart. And once again, it's like the butterfly, right? It's the caterpillar who's going around and feeding itself, feeding its body, mind, and spirit with all the things that are needed to go into this chrysalis and just stay quiet and calm and until that caterpillar is ready to emerge and spread its wings. And you are that caterpillar and you are becoming that butterfly. So stick with all this, and I promise you that you will get through it. Wherever you are in these 5 stages, you are not behind. Subscribe so you don't miss the weekly deep dives into each phase of this journey from divorce to bliss. And tap like if this resonated and finally showed you where you are on that map.